Here's my Panasonic video kit that I take with me on multicam shoots. In this video, I'm going to go through all of the camera gear and accessories I have, and including the things that are in this upper flap here in the case. And I'm going to, as I go through it, I'm going to explain why I have certain things and my very quick thoughts of each of these items. This case right here is a Pelican 1610. This has the tray, not the foam, and I also have the optional lid tray that is gonna, I'll show you later. On this bottom row, I keep the majority of my lenses. The 35 to 100 f2.8 zoom lens, which is the best telephoto lens for the Panasonic system. Here's the 12 to 35 f2.8. These are both the version 1, not the version 2s that have just that were released. I like these lenses a lot because they both share a 58mm thread mount, so I can swap filters on them. And they also match together very well, so I can have one camera with the 12 to 35 and another camera with the 35 to 100, and the lenses optically match very well. Then this is my wide angle, 8 to 18. You always need a wide angle lens. I did a review of this lens. I really like it. This is a 67mm thread mount. The other wide angle lens, the 7 to 14, does not have a thread mount. This one does, so you can thread filters over it. Here is one of my bodies. This is the Panasonic GH5S. I always carry a light meter with me. This is the Sekonic L558. This is an old one, the Dual Master. There's a lot of other updates to this model, and there's also iPhone, iOS, and Android light meter apps that you can use, but I've had this forever, for a long time, and it still works, and I love it, know how to use it. Great for metering light when I need to. Then I have the 42.5. This is the f1.7, and I really like this when I'm shooting interviews, or if I am going to take photos with this kit, I would bring up this lens because this is one of the better lenses for photography. It's about a 37mm lens thread. Also in the same pouch, I have this wide angle adapter that I did a video on, but this is supposed to make some of these other lenses, well, specifically the 42.5, a wider focal length. Panasonic doesn't sell that lens adapter anymore. I think I skipped over another lens. Yeah, it's under here. This is the 14 to 140 version 2 all-purpose zoom lens. This is what I will use. I'll use this if I'm on a job where I need to run and gun and I need this long zoom range and I don't have time to swap a 12 to 35 to 35 to 100. This covers all my bases, especially if I'm outdoors. I'll bring this lens out so I don't have to worry about low light. And if I'm traveling, this is the lens I'll have. If I'm doing a location scout, I'll bust out this lens. But other than that, if I'm indoors and if I can avoid it, I am going to use the 12 to 35 or the 35 to 100, which is my most used lens, on top of the wide angle lens. Here is the Panasonic GH5. Not the GH5S, that's the GH5S, this is the GH5. And you can see here I use the anchors from the Peak Design straps. And then I also have the GH5 battery grip. This works on the GH5 and the GH5S. The GH5 and the GH5S burns through a lot of batteries. So if I'm on a longer shoot and I don't have my battery V-mount solution that I did another video of, I'll have that grip on one of the bodies. Here I have extra cables. These are HDMI cables that I use to, when I'm doing multicam, I'll bring one monitor, or I'll bring several monitors per camera, so this would be 3 monitors, and then I will plug in each camera with these HDMI cables. They're about 15 to 20 feet long each. I have 3 of them. Here's just the time code cable that came with the GH5S. The other thing I have in here is a little portable audio recorder. This is the Tascam DR10L. Takes a single AAA battery. This is if I need to mic the talent. This isn't a transmitter, it's not a wireless radio mic. This is actually a recorder that you can put on a belt clip, and I have a lav mic that is included in here. This comes in a kit. I really like this Tascam. I'll get more, but I haven't found the need for it yet. It's micro SD cards. This has a lot of great features. Has a dual record track, so even though you can't monitor it live when it's being recorded, when you're recording the talent, you can have a backup track in case the primary track is overloaded. I have my own separate audio kit, but I'll keep this one with this kit at all times, just in case I really need something like that. In this little pouch, which is a porta-brace pouch that I got a long time ago, here's the Small HD Focus. This isn't the new OLED version. This is the first version of the Focus that I really like. To me, it's this one and probably the OLED version are one of the best on-camera monitors because of the touchscreen and that you can zoom in. And inside here are more accessories for this monitor. I might get more for each of these cameras, but so far I've gone with just one. Over here, these are my Sennheiser headphones. These ones I've done a video review on. These are my favorite production headphones. This is the Sennheiser HD25-1 version 2. Absolutely love these. Favorite headphones for production. And headphones are a necessity when you're shooting video. Audio is very, very important unless you have an audio person. Even if you have an audio person with you, you need to have headphones. Must have. In this pouch I have accessories. This is a lens cleaning kit that is a very cheap one that I got from Autorama. Then I have the Panasonic flash, the Lumix flash. I don't think they make a lot. This is the DMW-FL360L. What I like about this flash when I do use it, it's not just for photography, but this right here is an LED light, so you can use this as an LED light to light up your subjects. It's harsh. It's not quite daylight. It's really bluish on the skin tones, but when you need one in a pinch, you can use this, you can diffuse it, you can have it in the background. Then I have my lens hopper. This is the Shure VP83 with the furry mount. You gotta have shotgun microphones. I have two in this kit. This one is my primary one. I had the Rode VideoMic Pro, but it just doesn't fit in this case, so I bring that separately with my audio kit. Then I have a package full of, oh, here's another strap. Here's my Peak Design straps and another strap. There's 3 straps in there for the 3 cameras. This is an accessory pack, just a Ziploc bag that I have for filters. I have a lot of filters and filter thread mounts because the different lenses are different sizes, so I'll have different, these are thread adapters where if I have one lens, say it's a 58mm, but my adapter is larger, say like a 76 or 67, then I'll have these adapter rings. Also in here I have a ND4 filter. This is 58mm thread mount, and the other notable accessory I have is the Vid Atlantic. This is the anamorphic look. So with this adapter, depending on the focal length of the lens, I think I would use this for the 42.5mm lens. This will give you the look, imitated look of anamorphic with the ova bokeh and the some of the patterns you get, distinctive patterns from the lens. Then on this side, here's where I keep all my batteries over here. This is the Watson battery charger, duo charger. What I like about this Watson one is that you can swap out these plates for different brands of batteries for smaller cameras, for a lot of variety of cameras. These ones are the Panasonic plates, obviously for my Panasonic years, but I also have ones for my Canon, my Fuji, and soon to be Sony that I just can swap them out. This charger is amazing. It charges batteries very fast. You can see all the battery information on the screen, and I really like bringing this around even though it's kind of big. Then I have a surge protector, extra when I'm traveling with this. And then these are just the regular chargers. I have 3 of them for the 3 cameras. And then the AC cables. There. And I have a roll of gaff tape. And here are all the batteries. I numbered them. I think I have 5 of the Panasonic batteries. I don't have a battery holder. I know sometimes that the electronic elements of the batteries, if they go around inside the bag and touch each other, you can destroy some of the battery life, but I haven't affected me that much yet. Here's another roll of tape. This is just not surgical tape, but this is like a moleskin tape. I use this when I'm trying to tape the lav mic to someone's skin. Then I always carry a Leatherman in all my kit bags. Here's this one. This one's just a random old Leatherman. More batteries. And this is an audio cable because I have this accessory. This is a Beachtech MCC-2. And what this does is connects to any of my cameras with the cold shoe mount. Screws on there. This is all metal with some plastic dials. And this allows me to plug in 2 independent microphones with a 3.5mm microphone jack. And it splits the signal so that on my cameras, I have both a left and a right track that I can control independently with these 2 attenuators, or I can have one stereo feed and go into the one stereo channel. This has been great. It's been out on the market for a long time. When I bought this, this was like $90, $95. I think it's come down in price. This also has 3 areas that you could mount hot shoe, cold shoe accessories. So what I'll do is I'll mount this on the camera, and I'll have my transmitters, my receivers on, if I'm having 1, 2, and then if I'm having 1 receiver and 1 shotgun mic, I can have the shotgun mic mounted on the camera. And this works very well I have a Sennheiser audio kit which pumps a lot of power in, so I don't have to worry about having a preamp. This is not a preamp. This is just a pass-through device. So no batteries are required. Really good. Highly recommend this kind of a product. Here is the Panasonic GH4 that I've had for a long time. I kept this one when I upgraded. I think the GH4 matches pretty well with the GH5 and the GH5S. The GH5 and the GH5S match very well, and the GH4 still pretty good. I don't shoot Vlog-L. I tend to shoot Cine D, or I'll shoot the natural picture profile. And when I'm shooting the natural picture profile or the Cine D, all of these cameras match pretty well in 4K. And the other thing I like about why I keep the GH4 is that the battery life on the GH4 is better than the GH5 and the GH5S. I get about 2.5 hours on a single battery. So if I do have a gimbal, I'll put this on, or if I have a camera that I need to put far away in a multicam shoot and then I can't check the battery life every 10 minutes, I'll use the GH4, mount it really far away where I don't have to worry about the battery life, and I'll let it roll. Here's the Rode Video Micro. I have a Metabone Speed Booster. This is the EF to MFT mount. This is the Speed Booster XL with the 0.64 times magnification. I have a Canon gear, so when I have Canon lenses, I can mount them on one of the Panasonic cameras. Wins foam screens for my 2 zoom recorders that I keep. I have the Zoom H1. This is the first version, Zoom H1. Always carry it with me. Never know when you need something like this. And then I also have the Zoom H2N. The reason why I carry 2 of them is because sometimes they're for different applications. Sometimes I need to put a recorder right on top of the camera, which would be this one, or I'll need to put it in another spot where this pickup pattern works really well. When I'm recording an entire room, I'll put this mic right in the middle of the room or on a stage if I'm recording music and have surround sound. What I'll also do is, since this is has multiple channels. This has 4 tracks. I'll go by the mixer board if I'm doing, say, a concert or a live talk, and then I'll plug from the mixer into here with the 3.5 millimeter, and then I'll record room audio with the mics at the same time. I have some extra arms that I use just to mount random things, whether that's the Zoom microphone or any other accessories. I have them in here. Here's the top lid. I carry a Rode reporter mic. I sometimes keep this with my audio kit, but it's a lot easier because it's so big and bulky to keep it in my video kit. Love this video Rode mic. I really like this reporter mic when I'm doing, sometimes I do events where there's a host, and the host is interviewing people live. This is good because of the pickup pattern of the mic, where you can hold it in the middle of 2 people and it'll pick up their audios pretty well. I carry some extra plastic bags with me. Never know when you need plastic bags. And here I have more lens cleaning kits. And then I have an extra headphone. These are earbuds, the Me Electronics. This is very cheap. Got it on Amazon, but you never know when you're going to need an extra pair of headphones and earbuds. Here I just have some more notepad. I have pens, Sharpies. I have the battery charger that came for the GH5S. The GH5S uses a different battery charger, USB battery charger. I keep it here. I don't really use it. In here I have a lens puffer blower. In this pocket I carry extra adapters. These are 1/4-20 adapters when I need to screw in extra accessory plates, because I do have cages that I sometimes use. I bring it separately because I don't use it all the time. I usually shoot with these cameras right on a tripod. I don't put them in a big rig, unless a job calls for it. Then I have extra cables, an HDMI cable in there. Then in this pocket, I have this USB wall adapter thing for the charger. I have to keep it separately. And I have extra batteries, 9-volt batteries. Never know when you need 9-volt, even though I don't have a 9-volt enabled device. I have a Tiffin. This is a 58 millimeter, the variable neutral density filter. Tiffin is a good brand. Extra lens caps, more accessories. Then I have a Hoya circular polarizer, some lens cleaner, some Advil. Never know when you're gonna need Advil. And then this is a wrist strap. So sometimes I'll be using the camera and I need a wrist strap, and I got this one. This is a very generic one that I got off of Amazon. In the last compartment up here, this is a 3.5 millimeter extension. This is the extension that Rode sells for the video mic. Sometimes I'll need to mount my video mics, my shotgun mics, separate away from the camera, and I'll use this as an extension. I have another roll of gaff tape. I use this colored gaff tape for when I need to set focus marks, or when I need to label things. I'll use this one. Looks like I have another extra UV filter and a USB cable and some batteries up there. So that is my full Panasonic kit that I use on multicam video productions.